welcome back to my channel. It's so good to be filming again, and I have a bunch of new things to try out today that I didn't mention in a haul because it wasn't a Nykaa haul, but it was bought around the same time. I have a bunch of new tools that I'm like super curious about. These are Amazon makeup tools. Sort of. I got them on Amazon. They're all linked in the description box if you want to try them out. Hello, my hand is out of the frame. I have a bunch of weird stuff to try out. So let me just tell you what I have. I have the most beautiful set of brushes here. They're rose gold and pretty. I just pulled them out of the frame. There you go. They're rose gold and so pretty. And I literally bought them. Let me put that away before the noise. I literally only bought them because they were pretty. They were 1,500 bucks. Set of 9 brushes or so. So pretty. And I was also kind of curious, like I keep buying these expensive Real Techniques brushes, but like I wanted to sometime give it a shot to try something that has no known brand to me. Like a brand that's not known to me, is bought randomly on Amazon because they look good. I've always been like curious to try that, so now I did. I also got something really interesting. I got the microfiber makeup sponge from Plume. It comes in a box like this. Obviously I have pre-moistened it because who the hell has got the time to start filming, go back in, moisten it, bring it back? Nope. I don't. But it comes in like a pouch like this. And then I have the Pack Express brush cleaner. So it's just a sponge that you rub your brush in and you can switch colors. So I'm going to attempt to do my makeup with just these tools without pulling in something else from anywhere else. And of course I've got my hands. I do not discount the value of using your own hands for your makeup. So that's the goal for today. The attempt is to get something comfortable that I can wear throughout the day with this. So let's get started. The most curious that I am about something is the Plume microfiber makeup sponge that gives you a flawless airbrush look while absorbing the least amount of makeup products. Usage instructions are wet for using with liquid products, wet the blender under water and squeeze before use, dry for using with powder, directly use the sponge when dry, storage wash the sponge and let it dry for a few hours, store only after it has dried, and for cleaning use a sulfate free shampoo /soap /brush cleaner and wash the sponge. Do not rub with nails, squeeze with flat end on your palm. It's latex free and cruelty free. But yeah, because it says that it absorbs the least amount of makeup, I'm assuming it gives you more higher coverage. Let me look for something I can use to tie up my hair. I have my little, hi Ponu, hi baby. I have my eye mask that I sleep in. Let's just use that for today. So my very professional hairband is in place. Let's get started. I usually just apply my primer with my hands. So let's do that. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I've been asked to review it by some of my friends. The reason I don't review it is because I'm not 100% sure I like it. I'm trying very hard to like it because it's a cult classic. Okay, I'm going to give that some time to settle into my skin because that's what I normally do. And I'm going to start with the eye makeup. I'm going to use one of the brushes. This is from the set. It's the flat foundation brush. And I'm going to use this to blend my concealer over my eyes. Damn, I like this brush. It's got like a nice big work surface. It's blending really quickly. Let's quickly set that with some powder. What brush do we want? I'm going to use this kind of angledy brush. Like look how pretty this brush is. Look how pretty. So pretty. I'm going into my face powder. I'm all about that quick makeup, y'all. Eyeshadow. I'm using the Sand Haze Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette. I have not done a full review on this yet. I'm still experimenting with it, so I have something to say. So this brush set doesn't have like a fluffy eye blender brush. The only thing that kind of comes close is this one. It's got like a round fluffy brush. Good thing I'm going for like a natural look, building the base color. I know I already set my eyeline, my concealer as primer situation, but I like using like a color from the palette to start off as a base. I don't like this brush for this purpose. I feel like I wish there was a fluffy brush, but that's a challenge for the today. Yes, that is the challenge for the today. Okay, I did not enjoy this, but this is the fluffiest brush that I can find for eye blending, and all the face brushes are significantly larger. Now let's clean. I'm going to go into this middle shade right here. This has been quite a favorite in this palette as a transition shade for me. So same brush, I'm going to this shade, shade 9. Also taking it into my crease. Yeah, I like that. I've left a little bit of portion in the center unshadowed. Okay, so got very unblended crease. In order to do that, since this is the only big eyeshadow brush we have, that's kind of sort of not a flat shader brush. Switching colors, going back into the middle shade and blending the edges. You see this glow on my face? That's sweat. Sweat. The most natural glow. Then I'm taking a flat shader brush. I think there are like two, but this is the larger of the two in this collection. And which one do I want to go into? Let's go into this one. This is like a nice gold shade, right? Pick up some. Very textured. I like it. But doesn't perform so well with a brush. Yeah, it's not doing a good job. Let's just use our fingers. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Didn't I start out by saying I wanted this look to be like a wearable daytime look? Yeah, it's not. It's a smoky halo eye now. You know what? Let's take this shader brush only because I didn't use it. Clean it up because it still has some gold in it, and go into a deeper shade. Let's go into this. This is the deepest shade in the palette. Yeah, see, now this gets picked up on the brush. Mattes are beautiful, and now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Look at me smiling like an idiot. Hot damn. It's really amazing how these brushes are thoroughly average. They're nothing special. My Real Techniques brushes, like these don't hold a candle to that, but so pretty. And sometimes, like they're not super expensive either. For $1,500 for a set of like 9 brushes or however many these were, not bad. These are not bad. They're not bad. I have others, so I guess I can compare. But if you just have these, it's not bad at all. Let's do a little bit of face. For starters, let's apply it where you traditionally apply it. I've been experiencing some darkness in my mustache and beard area. This is new. This pigmentation thing is new for me. So let's cover that up. And then let's blend it with this. So this is supposed to not absorb a lot of it. So and I'm using the flatter side. We should be getting good coverage with this. It's not doing a super good job with blending this. Yeah, not great. Maybe it'll work better with foundation. We'll see. Amazon names this beauty vlogger's favorite sponge. Like that is actually in the name of the product, which is, I find hilarious. that the name of the product is Beauty Vlogger's Favorite Sponge. We'll see, baby, we'll see. I may not be Shreya Jain, I may not be Debashri Banerjee, but I'm certainly a beauty vlogger because this is beauty, and this is beauty, and this is vlogging. I need more coffee. Yesterday I had 3 cups of coffee, and I think that is where my sweet spot is. I should have more. My goal is not to have super heavy coverage. My goal is to work with the fact that this gives you less product pickup and work with it. Hot damn, that's coverage. Now that's the coverage I'm talking about. Okay, I need to reconsider what I was saying before. This is doing a good job blending my concealer. Maybe it didn't work very well with that color corrector. But with a liquidy product like a concealer, not bad at all. I think the center portion of my face is pretty well covered already. I don't need to go over it with foundation anymore. Yeah, I'm covered. I'm well covered. I don't want to overdo it with too much coverage. So when I use foundation, I'm using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. That much. So I don't want to do the center of my face. I want to do the side. Oh, I got some in my eyebrow. And then on my neck. Let's take this side of the sponge. Rounded but still pointy. Yep, it doesn't pick up a lot of product. Yeah, so this sponge does give you full coverage relatively. I mean, as far as the product will take you. The Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation is not a full coverage foundation according to me. It's like a medium coverage foundation. And this is really helping it live to its potential. You have to be careful if you're like me and you want medium or low coverage from your foundation so that it just looks like you've got even skin, not a lot of makeup on you. This will make you look like you have makeup on. It'll not absorb any extra product. But good blending, very seamless. I would never use this with a full coverage foundation. I would normally put on full coverage foundations with a sponge. I would never use this with a full coverage foundation. This is an angled contour powder brush, I guess. I really like this type of brushes, the angled ones, for blush, for setting the under eyes, for everything. There are a couple more face brushes, but they're larger. So I'm just going to take this again. It's a little awkward to use this brush because my instinct, I want to go back and hold it from this bottom. But for good application, I need to hold it from the waist, the narrowest part of this brush. So for powder, I'm going into the biggest brush. Okay. This is not super comfortable for going like this, which is fine because I should be powdering like this. Pick up some, deposit gently, barely putting any pressure on the face. Next step, I'm going to contour. I'm going to use this first. Deposit some powder. I'm still kind of learning to work with contour. Trying to learn what works for me. Yeah, not bad. But I do think I want to go in again and enhance just this area a little later. Let's do a little bit of shading right here. Let's make a C. So I'm going to go back into this brush. It seems to be my favorite. This is the eyeshadow brush, the round one. And this time I'm definitely going to clean it. Pick up some. Again, pick up some. Tap off a lot of the excess. And let's try and contour our nose. Not great, but not bad. Okay, this is about as straight as I'm going to be able to make my nose today. Let's do blush. This is the Milani Rose Blush. I'm going in with this brush. This is the medium size brush. And I'll go over with my Flower Bronzer after this and give everything a glowy finish. Next, I'm going into the Flower Beauty Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer. Same brush, didn't wipe off the excess blush because it's okay. Let's try doing an eyeliner with this brush. So I mentioned in my last video how I really like the Real Techniques angled brush for liner because it's really stiff and like thin, like it's got straight stiff bristles and it's quite thin. This also has an angled liner brush. I have no idea whether it'll work out or not, so I'm going to use a little bit of setting spray. And let's go into this shade, the matte one. Take some on the brush and see if we can make like an eyeliner. We can. It's not as easy, but we can. We can. It's not as nice though as using a stiff brush. Bonu. Hi Bonu, are you ready to say hi? Hi. Why don't you sit down for a bit, huh? Yeah, okay, not bad. Can work in a pinch. I like that this brush set is kind of performing as well as it is because it's not my favorite brush, but I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in my lower lash line with the brown liner as well. And then I'm going to take this brush, which already has the same color on it. This is the larger flat eyeshadow brush, and just smoke the lower lash line. This brush, I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's like in the shape of a liner brush, but it's too fat to be a liner brush. I don't know. And then I'm going into this shade right here. Bonnie, sit. Stop going for my makeup. Thank you. This shade right here. And blending below the liner. Then I'm taking the smaller of the flat eyeshadow brushes and I'm going in with my face highlight, which also happens to be an eyeshadow. Not wetting it or anything, just going in it like that only. Picking up some of that powder. Just highlighting my inner corner with this. Right. I'm going to quickly do my eyebrows off camera and I'll be right back. Hello, we're back. So while I adjust my hair to see what looks good in this hot humid heat ughness, makeup is done. The only step that's remaining, and I wanted to do that in front of the camera, is set my makeup. I usually do this, so I'm going to take my setting spray and I do this on a sponge regularly, whether I'm using a brush or not, and just take away if there is any powderiness to give a more natural finish. So while you guys were away waiting for me for all of one split second, I did my eyebrows, I did my lipstick, I did my hair sort of as much as I could, not having a good hair day today. I did my mascara and I cleared up my station just a tiny little bit. I told Bonnie not to eat my makeup, it was great. All of that, well, that was you were waiting, all of that got done. And this is the last step that is left. Yo, the sponge feels weird, right? I know that it wasn't this big before I dampened it under water. So it's definitely got product in it, but it doesn't feel wet at all. It feels like I'm using a dry sponge, and yet somehow it's working. And yet somehow I never want to use it with a full coverage foundation or with a lot of foundation, because I just know it will not look good. It will just cake up because not picking up any of the extra powder, any of the extra makeup. But yeah, this is the whole look with weird tools that I found on Amazon that I have no valid reason for using. I need to reply to a Slack, wait. So yeah, this is the finished look. It was just a first impressions kind of playing with makeup. I really enjoyed myself. The brushes are not what I'm used to. I'm used to slightly higher quality because I've spent years collecting and investing in brushes. But I really like them. They're so beautiful. I can't stop looking at them when they're sitting on my vanity. This sponge is so interesting. I like it. I don't know whether it is a beauty vlogger's favorite sponge or it is a beauty vlogger's favorite set of pretty rose gold brushes, but it's not bad. It's worth giving it a shot if you want to. I'm definitely going to use it again, see how it works and see if I like it. But that's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had fun. I had fun playing with new things. I want to do more first impressions. I've always been under the impression that first impressions can be a little misleading because you don't really know how the product is going to perform overall. It's not really a review, but it's fun. So I liked it. I hope you liked it as well. Give this video a big thumbs up or a small thumbs up. You know what? Any size of thumbs up is fine, but give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on all of my social media. They are listed on the screen somewhere. Follow Bonu. You know what? You haven't seen her yet, so let's show you Bonnie. So follow Bonbonju on Instagram. So we have an Instagram page for her where she does whatever the hell she wants to. Like, we don't make her do tricks for camera or put her in an awkward position for anything. We just play with her, and sometimes when I'm able to record it, I record it. So if you want to see Bonnie just live her best life and be Bonnie and be her normal self, go ahead and follow her on Bonbonzu, also listed on the screen. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!